Okay, London and New York session done. Took one trade on GBPUSD in London, one trade on silver in New York. So GU in London saw this trade on the daily. Have everything I'm looking for in the quick buy section here. Bearish directional bias, momentum time frame trigger that previous month low currently in bearish breakout. Markets in expansion, breakout bars on the setup time frame as well as the momentum time frame, and we have a setup. That star icon is my trend retracement setup. In the trend retracement setup, I want to see hard time frames push strong in one direction. We have that. Then I want to see a breakout bar on the daily time frame, which we have as well. And finally, I want to see price retrace up to that breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, and then take a trade down to the previous day low and possibly further than that. So I've been tracking GU for quite some time, seeing that its flip breakout levels got below lows. I'm waiting for the lower time frames to retrace back up to the highs and then rejoin that higher time frame bearish trend. So this trend retracement setup, I trade on the bar itself, right there at the bottom, execution time frame. I trade the daily bar on the M15. So here I am on the M15. You can see that the last daily bar closed bearish breakout. And in a trend retracement setup, I want to see price retrace up to that daily breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the H8 high, and then take the trade down to the previous day low. So coming into the session, right at London Open, I've seen that it's already triggered that momentum time frame. And so at this point, I'm looking for one of my cycle alignment patterns to show up. So daily is in a trend breakout. I trade trend breakouts as breakout cycles. Hard time frame close, bearish breakout. And so I'm looking for one of these patterns to show up in the lower time frame, which is the H8. Reversal pattern, continuation pattern, or a pullback pattern. And right now I can see that the H8 breakout level is up here. We're breaking out below the H8 low. We're retracing back up, faking out the H8 high below that breakout level. So I can immediately identify that the pattern that I'll be trading is a continuation pattern. Breaking out below the low. Didn't get the fake out of the low, but we're retracing back up, faked out the H8 high below that breakout level. So I know that we're in a H8 breakout continuation. So my favorite patterns to trade are these reversal patterns. These reversal patterns that flip a breakout level, the false breakout move, these only happen at swing points. Doesn't happen anywhere else. And so these are the ones that I'm always looking to find. In the case of breakout continuations, we're below that breakout level, but all these setups that are in blue here, all of these are fake out setups. Faking out a high to take it down, fake out a high to take it down, fake out a low to take it up. All these fake out trades can be looked as reversals on a lower time frame. So if you can imagine this, price is breaking out to the upside, and then we're faking out the high. And if you drop down to a lower time frame, you're going to find a reversal pattern on the lower time frames. So this high over here is the setup time frame on a lower time frame. So this allows me to find that reversal pattern, and this is my favorite pattern. So this is the one that I'm always looking to find. So again, all these blue texts, all these blue setups, these are all setups that you can drop down to lower time frames and trade that reversal. So that's the one that I'm looking to find. And so once we trigger that H8 high, I'm dropping down to a lower time frame and looking for that continuation pattern, that reversal pattern, I mean. So here I am on the M5. This is where I trade that H8 bar. And on the M5, I can see that the previous bar is closed, breakout followed by an inside. I know that this is a continuation setup, trend continuation setup. When you have a breakout followed by an inside, that's a trend continuation setup. And so right now I'm looking for price to come up, fake out the H8 high, which it did, as well as the H2 high, the momentum time frame, and then take it down. And at this point, I'm looking for one of my patterns, and I can see that the false breakout move is going to be if price can get below here. So the H8 is in a breakout continuation. So again, I can look at the cycle alignments. Breakout continuations I trade as pullbacks, and this is a bearish one, so I know that price is coming up, faking out the H8 high and looking for that H2 high. When this happens, I can technically drop down to even lower time frames. I can drop down to the M2 where I trade that H2, but this is already really tight, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to be waiting for one of these patterns to show up, and obviously this is the one that I can see. We have the breakout level over here, breaking out above the H2 high, which is right here. We're faking out the high over here. So right now we're in an H2 breakout reversal. That's a breakout reversal move. So at this point, I'm just waiting for price to flip that H2 breakout level in order to take this move. But I think price actually broke out instead. So price broke out. right at London Open, price broke out. The last H2 closed. Let me get rid of that. Last breakout, last H2 closed bullish breakout. So it pushes that breakout level up. And so at this point, what I'm waiting for is for price to come up and reject the move at the top. Faking out the peak, that's the first sign of a reversal, but it's not confirmed until it gets below that H2 breakout level. I want to see a rejection of the move to the upside. I want to see that the market rejects that move in order for me to have more confidence to take the sell. If I don't get that rejection of the move to the top, then I'm looking for a breakout to the bottom here, below that H2 low. This would be a trend reversal if price can get below here. Price did not get up to fake that out. So instead, price came down and gave me that trend reversal entry that I'm looking for. So I ended up taking this one right here on the M5 and took it down. Wanted to take it down all the way to previous day low, but the H8 low is right over here, and ended up just exiting once price got to that H8 low. And that's exactly what happened. Price came down straight to that H8 low, and it did continue on, but I was happy with the trade that I took, and that's it. So it took about one and a half hour on this one, and that was it. Probably could have taken more than that, but didn't want to go past that H8 low. So this is a trend continuation setup on the H8. You can see that fire icon is a trend continuation setup right over here. And on the higher time frame, it's a trend retracement. So one thing that you'll find is that lots of times higher time frames are trend retracements, and you can find either a trend continuation or a trend pullback on lower time frames. So the most important setup to understand is this trend retracement setup. That's why it's covered in these black solid lines. This is the one that is the most important one to learn. You can even just trade this. You don't even need to care about this. Just find the which time frame is giving you that trend retracement setup, and you can drop down to get more sniper entries on these lower ones. But the main one that everything is based off of is this trend retracement setup. Okay, so that is that. That was a trade that I took. Looks like it just kept going. Probably should have held it, but that was followed my rules on that one. And that was it in London. And then silver, very straightforward one. We have an H8 breakup bar that was breaking out of a range here. Waited for price to officially close, gave me everything that I'm looking for here. We have a false breakout move, flipping the breakout level. That's a really nice one. And we have a trend retracement. So trend retracements, trade this H8 bar on the M5, waiting for price to flip breakout levels. I think if I'm not mistaken, or maybe this one. I can't remember which one it was. Probably this one right over here. Took this one on a lower time frame for sure. I didn't. I don't like this one. So same thing like GU. If I trading a continuation pattern, if I'm trading that continuation pattern and I see the breakout continuation, I'm always dropping down to trade it on a lower time frame and find that reversal pattern instead. So, oh yeah, I was somewhere around here. Yep, here's the breakout. So let me do this again. Breakout followed by a bullish fake out. That's a trend continuation. And then price faked out the M30 high and flipped the breakout level. And I entered as price continued below this level. Probably can't remember which one I got triggered in. Actually, I think I got triggered in before this, but somewhere here I got triggered in and then wanted to take this down to the low, stop loss at the high. And in this case, it just, nothing happened here. And wanted to hold it overnight. And in the morning, I saw that there was an inside bar at this low. There was an inside bar here. Didn't like that, so I actually ended up exiting somewhere around here. So took a little bit of a loss here, and that's it. So I missed that entire move coming back down. When you have an inside bar, lots of times price will come up and fake out that high. So I didn't want to risk that, and that was it. So nice trade on GU, and took a little bit of a loss here on silver. Still like the setup, but ended up getting stuck in a range here, and that was it. So that's it. That's what I traded, and that's all.